Hi everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to the Nongsa D-Town Grand Launch. My name is Christine, I'm from E27 and I'll be your host for today. I would like to officially welcome all of you to the grand launch of Nongsa D-Town. To everyone watching at the comforts of their virtual space, I also want to welcome all our guests of honor. It is a pleasure having you all today. As some of you may already know, we planned for a physical launch in February 2020 in Singapore, but we all know what happened. The pandemic hit and it has put the launch to a stop. But so much has also changed in a short period of time. Everything is being brought virtual nowadays. But this should not stop us from spreading the good news that Nongsa D Town serves as a digital bridge between Indonesia and Singapore and is now open for global collaboration. D-Town is developed in Batam, Indonesia to be a hub for the digital and creative economy, providing an ecosystem where tech companies and startups from the region can accelerate, collaborate, and innovate, and where talents can work, live, and play. I believe I echo the organizer's sentiment when I say that I'm so happy to see all of you in this historic day. To give you a context of why E27 is here, E27 is actually working with the Nongsa D-Town team to highlight the rich potential of D-Town, its strategic proximity to Singapore and other parts of the region, and it's also its valuable pool of talents. And lastly, how Nongsa D-Town is creating not just a physical hub, but an ecosystem, a community where everyone is open for collaboration. After listening to our panelists today, I hope you will see how Nongsa D-Town is a realization of President Jokowi's vision for Batam as a digital bridge between Indonesia and Singapore. The best way to start this launch is to hear the good words from our ministers. Let's hear it from Mr. Airlangga Hartarto, Indonesia Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs.
His Excellency Mr. Chun Sing, Minister of Trade and Industry, Republic of Singapore. His Excellency Dr. Beh Swan Jin, Chairman Singapore Economic Development Board. His Excellency Bapak Suryo Pratomo, Ambassador of the Republic Indonesia to the Republic of Singapore. Mr. Michael Wijaya, President Commissioner Nongsa, D-Town and Sinar Masland Group, CEO. Mr. Michael Wiluan, President Director Nongsa D-Town and CEO Citramas Group. Mr. Andrew Wee, Director of Design Surbana Jurong. Mr. Marco Bardelli, Member of the Board and Senior Director Nongsa Digital Park. Distinguished speakers and guests, a very good day to all of you. It is a pleasure to meet you again, Minister Chan, through this forum after our last meeting on January 28, 2021. I'm very pleased to join you in this collaborative event between the Embassy of Indonesia in Singapore, Singapore Economic Development Board, Citramas Group, and Sinar Masland. I would like to extend my warm welcome to all guests attending this virtual launching of Nongsa Digital Town. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as you are all aware, we are in the midst of unprecedented crisis that not only send a shockwave to our economy but also alters our social norm, that is the COVID-19 pandemic. To cope with this extraordinary condition, the government of Indonesia is implementing a midpoint strategy that aims to strike a balance between health and economic policies. National economic growth in the fourth quarter has showed positive trend, though still contracted by minus 2.9%, and economic recovery was driven by easing of COVID-19 containment measure and the decision by the government to reopen the economy with strict adherence to the health protocol. The decision was made after careful consideration to prevent further economic downfall whilst ensuring the health and safety to all citizens. We are looking forward with optimism that Indonesia has started the vaccination program since early January this year by securing 426 million doses of vaccine for 182 million population, and focusing in the first step is to the medical workers, public officials, and the elderly to improve competitiveness and generate more employment through increased investment. The government have stipulated the omnibus law on job creation. Infrastructure development continue to be pushed through the implementation of national strategic project that also employs the cash for work scheme to generate jobs and increase purchasing power. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in light of well-established cooperation between Indonesia and Singapore, I believe that the current situation calls for strengthened cooperation between countries to maintain regional stability. The COVID-19 spread knows no boundaries, thus its handling shall be more effectively carried out by multilateral approach through the international collaboration. Indonesia and Singapore share a strong economic linkages. Singapore is among one of Indonesia's top trading partners as well as for investment. The long-standing economic ties between the countries is further enhanced by activities and projects conducted under the 6 economic bilateral working groups. Since the establishment in the Leaders Retreat on 17 May 2010, these working groups have been working collaboratively to explore areas of mutual interest to develop and enhancing bilateral relations through a joint project. One of the highlights of our bilateral cooperation, as recently endorsed by Minister Chan and I at the 10th ministerial meeting in 2020, is the development of digital industry in Batam through the establishment of data center. Batam has the geostrategic advantage of being located close to Singapore and can be served as a digital bridge to connect Singapore to other growing cities in Indonesia. The development of Batam as a digital bridge has also been envisaged by President Jokowi during Leaders Retreat in 2017. Both private and public sectors can tap into this momentum created by COVID-19 pandemic that foster the accelerated of digital transformation throughout the world. Digitalized technology has helped companies and government to streamlining complex business processes and promoting more practical and flexible working environment during the pandemic. In the post-pandemic, I foresee the need to business to be more adaptive toward technological transformation and for workers to be more digitally savvy. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the development of digital industry in Batam is in line with thematic development strategy for Batam. According to the master plan for accelerated development of Batam, Bintan, Karimun, and Tanjung Pinang region, is to achieve the target growth of 5.8% during 2020 to 2025. Batam, Bintan, Karimun regions will require an average amount of 75 trillion rupiah of annual investment. Amongst the other region, Batam will play significant role as and expected to contribute most the total investment inflow within the region. In light of the foregoing explanation, I am pleased to open the virtual launching of Nongsa Digital Town or Nongsa D-Town, which may be seen as the testament of beneficial collaboration between the public and private sectors from both countries. I sincerely hope that the opening of Nongsa D-Town will mark a significant milestone for the development of digital industry in Batam and become the springboard to step up further collaboration between Indonesia and Singapore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Airlangga. We heard it from the Indonesia side. Next up, we have Mr. Chun Sing, Singapore Minister for Trade and Industry.
A very warm welcome to distinguished guests and participants. It is my pleasure to officiate this virtual launch of the Nongsa Digital Town, or D-Town. In just 3 years, Nongsa Digital Park, or NDP, has grown from just a handful of companies and tech employees to some 150 companies and startups, and over 900 tech developers and creative staff handling digital activities for a diverse range of sectors from finance and insurance through to human resource and real estate. The steady growth of NDP highlights the value proposition that Nongsa offers to companies, particularly those in Singapore. D-Town marks the next phase in the story of NDP, which is envisioned as a vibrant location for those in the tech and digital sector to live, code, design, and play. Nongsa D-Town also underscores what Indonesia and Singapore can achieve when our governments and business communities work closely together. D-Town's proximity to Singapore offers opportunities for Singapore-based companies to leverage the complementary strengths of Singapore's and Indonesia's tech ecosystem. In that regard, Nongsa serves as the digital bridge between Singapore and many of the fast-growing digital communities in Indonesia. Through Nongsa, Indonesia's young and dynamic tech talent can access good employment opportunities in the tech startup and MNCs that have chosen to call Singapore home. At the same time, Nongsa also enables Singapore-based companies to tap on Indonesia's vibrant tech community to support their digital needs. This enables both countries to grow their tech sectors in a win-win manner and address the digital needs of consumers and businesses in the region and beyond. The COVID-19 pandemic has made the past year a challenging one for many companies. However, the global shift towards more online platforms and digital solutions in the wake of the pandemic, ranging from e-commerce and telemedicine through to online sport classes and edtech, offers up many opportunities for companies in the tech sector. NDP and D-Town stand to benefit greatly from these opportunities. More broadly, as long as Indonesia and Singapore continue to work closely together and leverage our robust economic partnership, our economies can emerge stronger from the pandemic. I look forward to closer collaboration with our Indonesian partners in time to come. I congratulate the co-organizers on the successful launch of the Nongsa D-Town. I wish you all a fruitful session. Thank you.